So
Yeah.
today we also want to talk about like first time home buyer and something that people rarely talk about is a second time home buyer.
You're right.
Yeah, I think
So,
so. First time home buyer, everyone knows that it's their first time buying a house. As long as you have your credit, income, assets, your for your down payment, and you got to get your offer accepted these days. Yes,
mhm.
and boom, you're in a house, right? How about like second time home buyer?
Yeah, so this is exactly where we're running into, right? Everyone wants to sell their house because the prices are crazy, but where do they move after?
Yeah.
This is kind of where we fall in, and we try to um, coordinate everything, right? Coordinate a move so they're not moving. They're just moving from one place to the other, and they're not homeless during the time. Or a lot of things that I'm seeing now is people are selling the homes, and then they put their stuff in storage, and then they move to an apartment for maybe 2, 3 months, 6 months, probably until they find a new home, and then they got to move again, right? So there's a lot to unpack there. There's a lot of ways to handle that situation so that you're not homeless, I would say.
Tell
And no, but I did. Yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
tell us more about it.
Yeah, so there's little scenarios that we can do or contingencies that we can create for these second-time home buyers that are looking to sell their home. Um, do we submit an offer with the contingency of, hey, we're going to sell our home first, and then we're going to promise to buy your home? Or do we buy first, carry two mortgages, and then look for the second home, and then leave their first home pretty much vacant, and they're paying two mortgages. I wanted to ask you a question though, Benson. Buying the second home first, how does that really affect their purchasing power?
Well, when it comes to buying a second home first, depending on what you're gonna do with the first home. So when we have a client who is looking to sell their first home and then buy a second home, we often ask like we are you okay with being homeless in the meantime? Now a lot of times it's a no. Then we go into a question where would it be okay if you buy first? Do you need the money from the sale of your home and then to go buy the next home?
Right.
If the answer, so we go through a series of questions. If the answer is yes, they need the money, then there isn't a whole lot we can do. Um, if that's where it is, like if they're ready to buy at that point. If they're planning maybe to buy next year or the year later, uh we equity right now is at all-time high. People are looking
Hmm.
to do a lot of cash out, for paying off their credit cards, paying off their student loans, maybe paying off their spouse.